Hello, and welcome to my first JOJOLands Chapter review. It's been about a day since the release of Chapter 1 when I'm writing this, and I thought I might make a series discussing the chapter, fan discussions, musical references, art, and my opinions on the monthly releases of Part 9 chapters on this channel. In this series, I will be using the translations from the We Need More Yankees English translation. They're available on Mangadex, and I will be leaving a link to the chapter that you can read in the description. I might not be using this for more JoJo and anime manga related things, so if you're interested, stay tuned. But I will mainly be using this as a place to voice my opinions about the series that I love so much, as my friends and family are a bit sick of me listening to me talk about it. Without further ado, here is my JOJOLands Chapter 1 summary and review. The chapter starts with a coloured page featuring 14 familiar stands. Ebony Devil's appearance made me chuckle, and it's always fun to see familiar designs. We then get a coloured page of the original teaser for our protagonist, revealing the setting as Hawaii and introducing us to the story with, "Now, you may think this is nothing but a load of bullshit, but this is a story of a boy becoming rich in the subtropical islands, the story of JoJo Joestar." Personally, when I heard the name JoJo, I did laugh, and I did think that I wouldn't like it, but after a day, I'm already used to it and I'm excited to see if he shares any similarities with Dio. Hawaii is also very exciting as a new setting. I had predicted Okinawa, and was honestly hoping for somewhere above Australia, as I am Australian, but I think Hawaii will be a great setting. It's also weird how Hawaii was mentioned multiple times in JoJo. Our first view of our protagonist occurs as they are pulled over by police, and two people in the car. One we already know is JoJo, and one we've seen in the promotional mural in Shibuya Station. They're asked to turn the music down, and the one driving is asked to show their registration. The Dua Lipa and COVID references here really threw me off guard, as I was not expecting them, but they were a great way to make some world building and show that JoJoLands will be set in present day. JoJo is revealed to be 15 and the person driving is 18. The driver is asked to step out of the car, where Araki pulls his classic sexual assault move. Personally, this is the only flaw I find in JoJo, as I really don't think that scene was necessary, and there could have been other situations to reveal that while they look feminine, the character does have a male appendage. Clear that the driver is in distress, JoJo steps out of the car and tells the cops to take their hands off his bro's body. Finally, we get a stand reveal for JoJo, and can I say it's really cool? I've seen some people on r/Stardust Crusaders say that it doesn't look like a main character stand, but I think it has a really imposing and menacing vibe, and I'm looking forward to understanding more of its abilities. JoJo's bro then distorts the officer's face using their stand. They defeat the officers, and JoJo's violent nature is revealed as he almost kills one of them, before destroying any evidence by burning the cop's car. It is then revealed that they had actually stolen the car that they were driving, and JoJo's bro changes the plates using their stand. They are then shown in a drug deal in a car park, implying that JoJo may be a foil to Giorno, as Giorno was clearly very anti-drugs, and JoJo is clearly dealing them. This panel of the two shrugging is very funny to me. Some background information is then revealed. JoJo Joestar and his sibling Dragona Joestar are Joseph Joestar's grandchildren. Their mother's name is Barbara Ann Joestar, and they have an unnamed father who is absent in their lives, as usual for a JoJo. Dragona's gender has already come into debate, and I will voice my opinions on this, but I am open to criticism. In my opinion, Dragona is either a trans woman on HRT, or has used their stand to manipulate their body, and JoJo is just ignorant. Dragona hasn't been bothered to correct him or come out to him yet. Or Dragona is Mahu. I think that's how you pronounce it. A third gender in Hawaiian culture, as Dragona does have darker skin and may have some indigenous Hawaiian blood. While I do believe Dragona will have an arc surrounding their gender, or may start using feminine or neutral pronouns, and I do know that there have been some debates over translations, I will be referring to Dragona using they/them until we get a confirmation on their gender or pronouns. It would be really exciting to have a major trans character in JoJo, as I am trans myself, and I've loved the gender nonconformity of many characters, such as Hot Pants in Part 7 cross-dressing, and Foo Fighters in Part 6 not having a specified gender and using they/them in anime translations. We are then introduced to Knockoff Filthy Frank, who has also been shown in the Shibuya mural and been dubbed JoJo Senior by the JoJo Wiki, asking JoJo about the stuff. And once again, JoJo's violent tendencies are shown before a drug deal at school takes place with the Hat Man, also from the Shibuya mural. JoJo then monologues some exposition and world building, describing his mechanism to get money. It is said to be a universal concept, a principle of this world that makes wealth flow to me and an ecosystem. I think the mechanism will be used similarly to the spin and the flow in parts 7 and 8 respectively, and JoJo may learn to manipulate this mechanism in order to become more rich. This panel of JoJo comparing himself to a bullied boy did make me laugh a lot, and a real contrast is created between him and Giorno. The man in the hat is then revealed to be named Paco Lovlantes, I believe that is how you pronounce it, and is 19 years old, but still in high school. His stand is able to manipulate his muscles, making him an excellent pickpocket. We are then introduced to Meryl May Chi, who is the principal of JoJo's school, and the shop where Dragona and JoJo work, Iko Iko. From some fan calculations, she is supposedly 7 feet tall, or 213 centimeters, making her the tallest JoJo character to date, overtaking Wamu at 6'5" or 197 centimeters. According to JoJo, she is very rich and has many side hustles, with a handsome husband at home. She then reveals to Dragona, JoJo, and Paco that she wants them to steal a $6 million diamond, from which they will each get 40k. The diamond is said to belong to a Japanese man staying in a villa in the main island of Hawaii, and they have 12 days to retrieve the diamond. She also tells them that JoJo Sr. will be joining them. JoJo seems to know his place in the group as the youngest, and Paco and Dragona accept Meryl May's offer. At the end of the chapter, 3 new stands are revealed. JoJo's being November Rain, Dragona's as Smooth Operators, and Paco's The Hustle. The musical references in this chapter include Dua Lipa, November Rain by Guns N' Roses, Smooth Operator by Sade, Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys, The Hustle by Van McCoy, Iko Iko by the Dixie Cups, and Ronnie James Dio in Giorgio's name. Now it's time for my opinions. Aside from my critique of the assault of Dragona at the start and the possible translation issues, I really enjoyed the chapter as this is my first time I've experienced a new JoJo chapter being released, only becoming a fan in late 2021, and I'm very excited to be able to read every chapter as it releases. I don't think we'll be getting as much of a mystery as in part 8 with Josuke's identity, and similarly to part 5, I don't think there will be much romance. I think the plot will be similar to part 5 considering the last 2 parts' similarities to the original universe, perhaps being a short 12-day adventure to get the diamond, and perhaps JoJo will end up getting more than the 40k he was promised by Meryl May, maybe by taking the diamond for himself or betraying his teammates. I've also seen many theories of a King Crimson appearance, as in part 7, the world appeared, and in part 8 there was a Killer Queen cameo. While I would love to see King Crimson again, the stand is so OP that it would have to be nerfed in order for it to appear as a minor stand. And I don't think Araki will repeat it as the main villain stand as we already know how it works. And the main appeal of King Crimson, at least to me, was the mystery surrounding it in the build up to the final fight, which is why I think it will either appear in a flashback like Killer Queen or not at all. I'm very excited to learn more about the mechanism, as the spin and flow were very interesting concepts in part 7 and 8 for me. I think that JoJo Sr. is also a stand user, and his abilities will be revealed later. But just as a completely out of the blue theory from me, I think he may turn out to be very reserved and serious, and not wanting to reveal his stand as he doesn't trap the group, which may be juxtaposed to his goofiness, which I think would make a good character concept. I'm really hoping the Japanese man the diamond belongs to is Higashikata. Josuke would be great to see, but personally I think it will be a grown-up Suguri. If Josuke did appear, I think he'd be with Yasuo, but Meryl May described him as a single person, presumably travelling on his own. Honestly, I'm just hoping it doesn't turn out to be Joshu, but seeing Suguri as a grown man would be really cool considering we've only seen him dressed as a little girl. One more theory or fan discussion that I will discuss is Dragona's skin tone. Obviously Dragona has darker skin than JoJo, and some people have suspected that they might be half-siblings, meaning Barbara Ann cheated on Dragona's father, who may have had dark skin, and had JoJo with another person, resulting in the difficult situation with the father. It could also be a situation similar to that of Wes and Poochie, just having them be darker skinned despite the fact that they are twins, Poochie just being more tan. Dragona could also be from a past marriage, if JoJo's father is an unnamed husband of Barbara Ann. But all of this is just speculation, and we won't know unless it is explained or we meet the unnamed father. As for character designs, I think JoJo might be one of my favourite main JoJo designs, coming close to JoJo, and I am excited to see his official colours along with cosplays and fan art. Dragona's design seems really cool, I'm curious if her tattoos have any meaning, and I think Araki has really improved on drawing people of colour. Paco seems really cool, despite his odd stand. I think he might have a lot of brute force considering his stature. JoJo Sr. looks goofy, and just from his design he seems like a comic relief character, but I hope he becomes more than that. Meryl May is our first really big woman, as we've had plenty of big men, but most of the women in the first few parts were less muscular and much smaller, and when we got stronger women in the series, it was when Araki's art was becoming less muscular, so we missed out on our big women. But now we have one, which is very exciting. Overall, I give this chapter a solid 8 out of 10, as it introduces some great new characters and provides some plot threads to easily hook readers. Okay, that was the end of my first review. Let me know in the comments if you agreed with any of my opinions, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm thinking with this channel I might make a lot of JoJo reviews, explanations, rankings, etc., as it is my favourite series currently. But I might also include some other series that I like, such as Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you next month for my Chapter 2 review.